So I'm looking at the Ghostbusters trailer on YouTube, and as of this moment, it has 47,649 likes and 70,741 dislikes. I just want to give my opinion about the uphill battle Ghostbusters is facing. The moment the reboot was announced, there was instant criticism. Mostly you hear about males not wanting female Ghostbusters or something misogynistic. But is that really why many aren't supporting it? Well, I asked, do people really have a problem with females in an action movie? I didn't hear anything negative about Best Picture nominee Mad Max, winner of 6 Oscars, a movie with a mostly female cast, and the female lead who is considered the main protagonist by most. The character of Max, a male who the movie was named after, could be considered the secondary protagonist. It's considered an excellent movie by most, so reasonable people aren't against women in action movies. The people who hate Ghostbusters for having females in the lead roles are absolutely sexist. Just as you had racists who were against diversity in Star Wars. I like to think that's a small number. I like to believe the majority of the world has some reasonableness. Reasonable, level-headed fans don't approve of Ghostbusters because it's a reboot. From what information we know, it's a reboot, and that's a bit of a problem. When I bring up Star Wars, The Force Awakens, Creed, Mad Max, Fury Road, Jurassic World, what comes to mind? The latest trend in Hollywood is a profitable trend, and a favorable one. Not only modernizing an old property, but continuing its story, naturally progressing its story, honoring its core audience while finding a new one. Reboots, while still the word of the day, only bring to mind shallow attempts to change an old property while alienating its fan base. A reboot basically tells the fans who grew up with the franchise, who was sitting in front of the television as a child with their action figures in hand and rewinding the VHS tape of their favorite movie for the 50th time, you're telling them that the story is over, that we the executives could care less about what you liked as a child. It's our franchise now, and we're going to do whatever we choose. So reasonable people aren't upset about diversity and gender equality. It's that they want their childhood franchise to be shown respect. Another issue is Ghostbusters' attempt at progress is backfiring. Having more roles for females is great. Having more roles for females in action movies, it's about time. But there are so many problems here, I don't even know where to begin. The original Ghostbusters came out in the 1980s. They had the token minority character, you had 1 or 2 females. The cast was dominated by Caucasian males. It's 2016, America is pretty diverse, and people are calling for that in their movies. Even billion-dollar juggernaut movies like Avengers couldn't escape criticism for lacking diversity. Now the new Ghostbusters, instead of starring 4 men, it's 4 women. You have 3 Caucasian women, a scientist, a brilliant engineer, a genius at quantum physics. You have 1 Caucasian man, good-looking, tall, young, and you have 1 African-American woman, the sassy, loudmouth comic relief. It's like nothing has really changed. And this is basically a gender reversal of the 1980s Ghostbusters. Gender reversal isn't solving a thing, it's backwards. And the rumored all-male version that's supposed to come out is making the same mistake. Why are we separating men from women? Who said there can only be 4 Ghostbusters and of 1 gender? Why is it the only progressive Ghostbusters was the 1990s Extreme Ghostbusters cartoon? In that you had 3 males, a wheelchair-bound Caucasian, a Latino male, an African-American male, and you had a Caucasian female. These were the main heroes. This is the time for Ghostbusters to continue that progression. I'm just going to use this as an example, and this is the most random list, but imagine Oscar Isaac, Kerry Washington, Julia Ling, and Jeff Goldblum. That's what I mean. If you're going to make progression, something like that. 2 males, 2 females, all different races. They can be funny. That's what I mean. The modern Ghostbusters could have been one of the franchises to get it right as far as gender equality and racial diversity. It could have been a franchise to continue the story. Maybe I'm wrong and this is really a continuation of the old movies, but this is what we've been led to believe, that this is a reboot and it has nothing to do with the original stories. In the end, just like every other movie, Ghostbusters is going to be judged on its own merits by the majority of reasonable people. I could go on and analyze what I was and wasn't impressed with in the trailer, but I'm going to end it here. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree with the video? Do you think Ghostbusters has been judged too harshly? What did you think about the trailer? Let's have an intelligent discussion. Take it easy.